Hello, this is the LEGO NEXO Knights General Magmar's Siege Machine of Doom. It's a very dramatic name for this set. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through a quick overview of all the features of this and then come back and spend a little more quality time with some of the finer details. The top of this is General Magmar's command post where he can stand, and he's got a couple of kind of flat globlin discs that are off to the sides of him just to provide a little extra creepiness to the whole thing. Over on these far sides, though, kind of like ears to the thing, are catapults, small catapults that can be used to shoot small goblins, and there are a total of 3 of those included with the set. Now here I want to show you why I called these ears the catapults on the sides, because these are eyes. Here's an eye here, here's an eye here. This is kind of a nose. This is an upper jaw with the teeth there, and then this kind of looks like the opening of a mouth. However, the bottom of the mouth, the bottom jaw, is all the way down here, so they designed the entire thing to look like a big old monster with a huge mouth. What's in the center kind of looks like a tongue, and that's the part that I was just saying is a disc launcher that can be operated from the back with that thing that you can push down on. It just shoots out. You just push down from here and out that goes, and they include multiple of these. So there are 2. Well, there's one here, there's one spare, and then there were the 2 up in the command post that you can also use just as ammunition there. Then down at the base, there's another place where you can put a different figure who can just be kind of a closer lookout, or just there to kind of come along for the ride. And the front of this has an inverted train cowcatcher, a couple of swords here, just kind of making it look pretty spiky and spiny. Also has some kind of magma details, that whole lava theme that they go for with the crackled up rocks that look like they're glowing from heat, and also these spinning spine wheels off on the sides, which are transparent orange, just to go with the whole look of the general theme of the bad guys this time around. Now, there is another set of wheels up here, which is very awkward to me that they would have extra wheels up at the top. Before I show you what that's about, I want to show you just one more feature back here. This is just a door. It's just a door, and you can open that door, and then there's a little bit of space in there. Now, you can pretend that that's the restroom if you want, although it doesn't have enough privacy with just the barred doors, but I think what they intended is for this to represent a prison cell, so you can capture somebody in there and then take them away. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and hide that as I show you what the other 2 wheels are all about. This is a very simple and straightforward, well, not so much straightforward, but simple to operate, transformative feature. This whole thing just comes down, look at this, finishes the transformation on its own just from gravity. Now it looks a lot more like Axel's tower carrier. Now this guy who is down there on the bottom level is kind of at the front of it and almost looks like he would be the driver now. He's still not the driver, but he's the main guy kind of leading the armor to charge at this point. And this is good. This is a good configuration of this vehicle. I think that I actually would prefer to see it just like this in its default form. So you ride along in battle just like this, and then you come up to the fortress or some castle, and then you bring this up, go into siege mode like this, collect your goblins that have been falling off the sides, and then you can start lobbing goblins over the top of the wall. So this is like a secondary mode to me. It's full attack form. I like it. I like the play value of it and just the general tactics that are implied by the design. These are the 3 figures included with the set. This is General Magmar on the left. In the center is Flama, and then of course we have Clay. To me, Flama kind of steals the show between these 3 figures. It's just such a bright and also tall figure. I like the flaming sword, although I also like the element that they gave for General Magmar, but I think that Flama just really takes all the focus here. Magmar is a good figure as well. He's got the top knot piece there. He's got the kind of chewed up, tattered cape piece, and the printing goes all the way through from the head down into the hip section and into the legs, and I think it's pretty nicely done, fine detail. With a bunch of accessories removed, you can see the prints much better, including the face of General Magmar. He has a very expressive face and very different from the other monsters. You know, he obviously in the series he has a very different personality from what we've seen. You know, he's a lot more calculating, a lot more mature and intelligent, it seems. And you get print on the backs of all the torsos, also on the backs of the heads. No alternate faces for Flama and Magmar, but that makes sense given what you're able to see around the back. You know, it's not normally covered up, but Clay gets his alternate face because he normally wears a helmet, which would hide that. These 3 Nexo powers included are Giant Growth, Dynamite, and Storm Dragon, and the book is the Book of Destruction. Another really good looking one. They haven't done one that, in my opinion, looks bad yet. And you can open that up, and there's the printed tile that's used to represent one of the pages. Clay gets his hover horse in this set, and I really like the inclusion of just a couple of dark azure pieces. It's that lighter blue color. Looks really good to me, and I still really like these designs of these hover horses. I think that they just can't do wrong with these. They got something good, and I think it's fine that they've reused the same basic design for all of them up to this point, but I suspect that in the next season they may come up with something new, an improved version of them maybe. I want to take a second look at the Siege Machine in this flattened out form as well. As you can see a little bit more from the top, including the detail of an engine. It's kind of simplified there, but that is what that's supposed to represent. This actually has quite a lot of stickers that are used here, relatively small stickers, most of which don't do much for me. They don't really show up very well, and they don't really change the look of this versus just leaving the things without stickers. So if you don't like stickers, you can easily leave off the vast majority of the ones included in the set without really changing the appearance or without really losing anything. I think that this right here is a very important one that adds a lot of life to the thing. These add some detail, but not so much contrast as is necessary. These, just on these curved pieces, I feel fit in really well with the shaping that they've done here. And this is nice what they've done here to get these rock pieces to fit up pretty closely there. These are on hinges. They're actually attached with Technic bricks onto the sides. They're attached into that red Technic beam right there, and they're on the sides. And this has a little bit of a gap. See, they didn't fill it up on the underside like they normally do. Left just a single plate worth of gap in there, and that fits very nicely right around this 1x2 cheese slope piece. So see how snug that gets in there? That's really nice. It's not locked in place, but it doesn't need to be. It stays very well. So that gives some nice shaping that I really like. I also like the shaping that they put around the upper part of the face here. This uses a number of different building techniques, really, with the bricks with the clips on the sides that are holding these bars, and then the bars have other things attached to them, with Exoforce arm with the little barb at the end of it. This is a different type of claw piece, you know, just a different shape. These different shapes that are put together, and this is just fully brick built right here with a modified plate piece, really. It's just attached onto the top, and then a curve, you know. Several different things used, and they all just kind of mesh together well. There's a nice feeling of flow, I think, with this whole thing. This is another part that I liked right here, what they've done at the ends. This is very simple with the attachment with just the half of a length of axle that sticks out there beyond this spirally piece. And then they put a gear, the smallest gear on there. It's enough to hold. This actually doesn't fall off. I think technically, you're always supposed to, per kind of LEGO internal rules, at least previously, you're always supposed to put an element all the way over an axle, but this seems to work just fine. There's plenty of friction in there, and the inclusion of the spike piece, this relatively new spike piece, again, gives good flow. You see, you can just run your fingers over the shape of this whole wheel here, and that shape, what it does right there, is similar to what it does right here. So it all, again, just kind of mirrors different areas that are close by. These are also nice elements here with the engine kind of intake scoops that aren't used as engine pieces at all. They're just used for the shape. One shape that I don't understand on this, I'll have to put it back into its siege mode, is this here with the double large CCBS large action figure ball joints that stick out there. When it's in its flat mode, those do not touch the ground. They come close-ish, but not close enough to drag or anything. It doesn't hold up any weight in its flat form, and I'm not sure exactly what it's doing here. However, if you do have parts that can grab onto those pieces with sockets, then you can definitely customize up some stuff, and that could get interesting if you could find a way to get something to fold under there, or maybe to fold this way, but it's probably not a lot of room to do that. I guess those are there just for the sake of adding a little bit of different texture. It's strange to me though that they went with the ball, very rounded texture compared to more spiky things that most of the bad guy stuff in NEXO Knights tends to go for. All told, I feel like this set does a very good job of being what it's trying to be, a siege machine on wheels. It's menacing, it's imposing, it looks like a monster from the front, and that transforming feature is very smooth and slick. It doesn't feel artificial, it doesn't feel forced. It definitely adds value to the thing without adding a lot of extra pieces. It was not difficult to put this together. It uses some interesting building techniques. There's a lot to like about this. I think the main thing that there is to dislike about it, and it would be completely subjective, is just the overall aesthetic, the overall look, especially with the stickers. I think some people will find this to look better with some of those stickers omitted entirely. Let me know what you think about the appearance of this and also how it works and is built based on what you've seen here. Look forward to your feedback. As always, the comment section is open for you, and I'm going to get back to work on doing some more videos, so I'll be talking to you again very soon.